What? That's not what you like for. When did I say I didn't? What is going on?
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. You know that and I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And guess what? It finally happened. I was confronted in person, in public, by someone that I have made a video about. Not just one video. 3 videos. It's actually 4 videos. So this past weekend, I had the pleasure of attending CrimeCon in Denver with my partner in podcasting. I would say my partner in crime, but you know, so my partner in calling out crime, Sherilyn Dale. And it was amazing. Obviously, I always love being with Cher. Dear God, I love her so much. And she's just so important to me. Anyways, but we got to meet a bunch of you guys and it was amazing. It was so much fun. And then also just like networking with industry professionals, retired detectives, journalists, forensic psychologists. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it so much. And then of course, networking with other people in this space too, on YouTube and like TikTok and podcasters and stuff. And of course, we were there promoting not only our own channels where we discussed scams, that's me, and true crime cases and stories like that on Cher's channel. But then also our media company that we actually just launched, HFTC Media, where we produce limited series podcasts such as Elizabeth and The Stacked Deck. And we have 2 more coming out very soon. And then Elizabeth season 2, which a lot of you have been asking about, will be out by CrimeCon 2026, which next year that will be in May. And so we are very excited. Now I've been confronted by people that I have called out in my videos and, you know, people I've included in my videos many times online. Like that happens at least like once a month, whether it's an email or a DM or a comment or just on their Instagram story or something like that, right? That's pretty common for me. I'd say that's pretty common for the majority of commentary content creators, whether it's on YouTube or any other social media. But having that happen in person, that has never happened to me until this past weekend. So in February 2024, about a year and a half ago, I made 4 videos about a TikTok content creator named Mackenzie. She goes by freedom_Barbie. That's her username on TikTok. And she is the private investigator who like does her makeup and does like dating stories or like PI stories and stuff like that. And then she also has a podcast too that a lot of y'all have said that you like. And also she was in the multi-level marketing company, Saint Makeup. Now, Saint is no longer a multi-level marketing company. It is a single level marketing situation. So it's more like affiliate marketing now. So no teams or recruiting, which is great. I'm pretty sure she's still selling it. She is still using it in her videos, but that's irrelevant for this video. Now, I do want to be clear as well that when I made videos about Freedom Barbie, whose, like I said, name is Mackenzie, first one I made was a top fails video. And I talked about claims that she was making, things like that. And we'll, you know, do little callbacks to them in a second just to show so I can like refresh your memory and mine, honestly, because I had like almost no recollection of this. I like remembered, but like not really. So listen, I beef with a lot of people online, okay? I don't know. I forget. Y'all know I'm not afraid to be loud. I am a loud woman. But to quote Tati Westbrook, time and place. And that's why I need to share something with you. And that is the first collection of silent toys. That's right, you heard it, silent. Y'all know Bellesa has been a sponsor of my channel for quite a long time. And the beautiful brains at Bellesa have created this collection with Whisper Tech. And they delivered us an assortment of toys in all different shapes to hit all the spots in silence. Meet the Whisper Collection, the world's first silent vibrators. Bellesa's new Whisper Tech makes it so that you don't have to choose between power and discretion. We have the Whisper Rabbit, the Whisper Wand, the Whisper Vibe, and the Whisper Bullet. Before I get into the details of these babies, let's go ahead and just see how quiet that is. Nothing. You can't hear that at all. She's going. She's going. And we're right next to my mic. And I have it so that my mic picks up sound, even if I'm over here. Just right next to it. And baby, there's no sound waves. Nothing. That's crazy. Oh my God. She's very powerful. Girl, she keep going. So that is insanely powerful. That is the Whisper Bullet, 5 speeds and silent at all 5 speeds. And then there's the Whisper Wand, the Whisper Vibe, and the Whisper Rabbit, which all have 6 vibration speeds. That is the quietest stimulation I have ever heard. And then the whisper wand delivers rumbly, deep vibrations, just in case you want to kick it up a notch, but in silence. And did I mention how soft they are? So soft, so ergonomical. Listen, like I said before, when I talked about the whisper collection, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how they do it, how they pack so much power into literally no sound in things that are so small. It's wild. But that's why I think that you need to see it and not hear it to believe it. So that's why all of my viewers who click the link in my description box and signs up will either be getting a free whisper vibe or a free rose toy. That's right, the viral rose toy. And that's with any whisper purchase. Girl, like that's insane. That's insane. So thank you, Bellessa, for being a continued sponsor of my channel. Thank you to you guys for supporting my channel and my sponsors. And now back to the video. But it was a top fails video, so the video wasn't only about her. And then I did make a standalone video about her that was like, it was an over 2-hour video, I'm pretty sure. It was crazy. And then I made a little update video solely, about that situation as well. And then I included her something else that she did in another top MLM fails video. So another compilation video. So I don't want to make it seem like I just had like 4 videos just about her on my channel. Cause like, listen, even if I am like feuding with someone, that kind of seems like a lot, like 4 back to back to back in 1 month, right? So it was spread out. Just want to make that clear. Either way, yes, I did include her in 4 of my videos. But like I said, it was about 1.5 years ago. It was in February 2024. At that time, I had a 6-month-old, and girl, I remembered that I had made at least 2 videos about her, but I couldn't really remember like what happened. And then people were like reminding me, and I was like, oh, okay. So before I sat down to film this video, I did want to revisit it just to be like, what the did I say? And obviously I want to do that with you guys too, because then I feel like this will make more sense. And obviously, I want to include context. So let's go ahead and hop in our time machine and, go back in time to that over 2-hour long video that I made about her. So per usual, one of our favorite things has happened, and I really do think it was a new record. So in Top Fails 116, this one, we covered a few people, and one of the people that we covered in probably like the majority of the video was the TikTok creator by the name of Freedom_Barbie. Her name is Mackenzie. She is a Saint artist, and she like does her makeup and then goes over like PI stories, private investigator stories, stuff like that. So within probably like 4 hours of me posting that video yesterday, because I posted it on the 29th of January, a Monday at 8 a.m. And probably by like noon, she had blocked me. Yeah. So great. Again, y'all know I always say, if I was them, I'd block me too. I got a bunch of messages from y'all last night saying, she is on Facebook Live crying and yelling about your video. Oh, and also threatening you. So that's cool. Love that.
I've been there, right? And so for someone to like I'm not breaking any laws, right? I'm not hurting anybody. If you don't agree with the business structure, right? Which is fine. And they're not, I guess it's not bullying. They're stating the facts. Like, they're basically saying like, this is not right because, and they're stating their opinion of why they think direct sales companies are awful and why they're bad, right?
On average, you'd have to make around $1,000 within your first year to even break even. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'd say it's pretty safe to say, per the numbers that they've put out, losing money in this company.
I'm sorry, but is that typical? Probably not, but it speaks directly to the hard work that I've put in, right? And so I guess I just feel like I'm just so hurt because, and then one girl made a video about me and I didn't say nothing. You guys, I didn't respond. I didn't react. I didn't retaliate. I didn't look her up. I did not. And I totally could. I could totally look them up. I could find out things about them that they would never want exposed. I have the resources to break them. I have the resources to flip their lives on their heads. Okay. I can get information that will ruin them. Will I do that? No, because it's not the right thing to do. It's not kind, right? So this girl makes this video and I say, you know what? That makes me sad.
We got a few things to go over because yes, she is referring to the other person that, made this video about her before I did. Later in the video, she does say this about me as well, that she could destroy my life with information that she would find out about me. Girl, what you gonna find? I've put everything out there. If anyone's gonna cancel Chelsea Suarez, it's gonna be me. No one cancels myself but me. She also says later in this video that if she was to do that, it would make her no better than them, the ominous them, me, other people calling her out. No, that would make you way worse. I can only speak for myself. I never saw that other video, so I don't know. All I am doing, am I trying to cancel you? No. Am I digging into your past and exposing and destroying you and burying you? No. What are you talking about? Another point that should be made about this is That is extremely unethical. For you to use your private investigator license resources to threaten, I don't know about y'all, but that sounded like a threat to me because she says it multiple times during this video, at least 5 times. And apparently, from what I've been told, she has done that previously. 2 people. That's very unethical for you to use those resources that you have professionally as a licensed Class C, I think she is, a Class C private investigator with the state of Florida, to use those resources for purposes of non-investigatory purposes for basically nothing other than a scare tactic and harassment or vengeance, revenge, whatever. I am vengeance. Who am I, Batman? Why would you do that? You could be investigated and have that stripped from you. Don't do that. That's not good. Not everyone who is critical of your choices has like skeletons buried under their house. I might have a crawl space, but there ain't no dead bodies under there. We checked. The fact that this person doesn't understand that there is an issue with her threatening this and putting that out there and claiming that she could so easily do this, but then acting like, oh, well, she's too nice. Or if she like wasn't such a nice person, she would do that. How unhinged is TikTok? How unhinged is her fan base that they don't see that that's awful? Don't do that. Most people on TikTok who have started and grown on TikTok do not know how to be public figures, and it shows. Just by the titles of my videos, the Do We Know Them podcast videos, and Marky's videos, and a few other people too. Angelica Oles too. Like, can they calm down over there?
But what's hard is that I'm not someone who's good at like keeping that stuff in. Like everybody says, oh, it comes with the territory. You know, you have a big following that comes with the territory. But I will not just sit back and pretend like it's okay. And I will not sit back and pretend like it doesn't hurt me, because it does. It is very hurtful. I don't know. I guess just like, if you guys have the chance to be kind to someone, do that. Like, choose that. Because you never know how your words will affect someone else. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion, right? And by all means, use your platform to share it. I personally choose to use my platform for good and to spread kindness and love and beauty and some silliness, right?
And for perpetuating and amplifying fallacies and contradicting yourself multiple times in one live stream, within 10 minutes of a live stream. Just because you don't agree with the facts that someone is sharing does not mean that they are not kind. Sure, delivery is important, of course, obviously, duh. There's a certain way to say something, and you can say a fact or disagree with someone and present facts to them in like a not nice way, of course. However, this toxic positivity it ain't it, girl. Every sentence is like an example of like the culty manipulative fallacies and cult tactics of the network marketing industry and other high control groups. It's truly beautiful.
And I want to make it clear also, if any of you guys saw it, and no, I'm not going to link it because I don't want to give her the views, but if any of you guys saw it, there's a part in the video, because I made a video and I said, there's no, like, I was responding to someone who said I was predatory, and I said, there's no, like, minimum sales here. You don't have to make a certain amount of sales to stay a Saint artist. And she says, yes, you do. Look at the comp plan. But what she didn't add was that in the comp plan, the only reason that you have a minimum of any sort is if you want to earn commission off your team. You know what that does? It makes it so that there's not someone who's sitting back at the top of the pyramid just collecting off everyone else. That minimum means that you have to do the work too, so that you don't have those people that are the illegal pyramid schemes. Like, this is what sets Saint apart, is that there's no minimum sales. And if there is a minimum sale, you have to make minimum sales only if you want to earn commission off of your team.
That's exactly what I said. And you were possibly in such a high emotional state that what I was saying didn't register with you. Let's hit the replay button and see exactly what I said regarding her lies, basically, her misinformation. Roll the clip, Ethan.
Saint doesn't require you to sell any amount of product at any time. There's no product sales amount you have to meet.
That's false. Let's look at the Saint makeup comp plan. Y'all know I hate when they say this. I will say their marketing materials are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a sucker for black and white stuff, you know? Yeah, so that's so dumb that they say, oh, well, there's no like sales volume or like requirements that you have to hit each month. I'm sorry, what? Because like, why do y'all say that? Why do you say that? Because like, literally look at your rank qualifications. Every single multi-level marketing company, I would say legally, but basically has to have a rank requirement in regards to sales so that it's not considered a pyramid scheme. So stop saying that there aren't monthly requirements when it comes to sales, because yes, there are. Because if you don't make that, then you're going to drop rank and you're not going to maintain your rank. Girl, for a PI, like you really didn't investigate that comp plan too much, did you?
You actually purchase actual product. Saint doesn't require you to sell any amount of product at any time. There's no product sales amount you have to meet.
That's false. Let's look at the Saint makeup comp plan. Y'all know I hate when they say this. I will say their marketing materials are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a sucker for black and white stuff, you know? Yeah, so that's so dumb that they say, oh, well, there's no like sales volume or like requirements that you have to hit each month. I'm sorry, what? Because like, why do y'all say that? Why do you say that? Because like literally look at your rank qualifications. Every single multi-level marketing company, I would say legally, but basically has to have a rank requirement in regards to sales so that it's not considered a pyramid scheme. So stop saying that there aren't monthly requirements when it comes to sales, because yes, there are. Because if you don't make that, then you're going to drop rank and you're not going to maintain your rank. Girl, for a PI, like you really didn't investigate that comp plan too much, did you? And this creator, her name is Mackenzie. I'm sure a lot of you know about her. A lot of y'all have asked me about her. And yes, she is in Saint. She does private investigator stories. Her Instagram her Instagram and TikTok are the same. It's a freedom_Barbie. Don't send any hate to her. Don't interact. This is not a petting zoo, okay? You don't need to interact with these people that I feature in my videos.
Saint doesn't do that. I'm not your mama. Nobody's gonna come beating down your door asking you where your sales are.
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? You know this doesn't help you, right? Like you're not gonna come and yell at someone, but you're yelling at someone right now in defense of the MLM. Like, ugh, gross. Saint doesn't force you to do this. Saint doesn't force you to do that. Of course they don't force you to do anything because you're not a W-2 employee and you're not gonna get fired. You can get fired from an MLM, but you're not going to get fired for not working. Duh.
And I'm here to tell you, if I can do it after being in my car for 17 years, isolated, on surveillance for 17 years, thinking I was the ugly fat girl, if I can show up and show my fat, ugly face on social media because I wanted to make a difference, if I can do it, anybody can. The world told me that I was one thing, but because of my connection with the women, y'all have taught me something different.
This is unhinged. I didn't realize she was this unhinged. That's really sad. And don't talk about yourself like that. You're beautiful. Like, girl, Mackenzie, don't make me pick up my mic. You might be, in my opinion, delusional and a little bit confused. However, you are beautiful. And not to be rude, but shut up. Don't talk about yourself like that. You're absolutely beautiful. And like your PI stories and stuff like that, like your content is good. However, the MLM aspect is unethical. Cut that out. So she's saying that I'm wrong and I'm lying. Girl, I just said the same thing as you, and I'm not lying. That information comes directly from Saint's website. So if I'm just repeating that information that's on their website, does that mean that Saint's lying? But I thought Saint was different. That more often than not, I know more about the fine print and the policies and procedures and comp plan and income disclosure statements regarding these MLMs than the actual people in them. It's pretty spooky. I'm like a witch.
And even then, it's like the equivalent of like 1 or 2 sales. Like, it's not ridiculous. And so I feel like that's super fair, right? So
it's not, because you're paying the company essentially to work for them. That's not how that should be. You just proved my point that you were sharing misinformation, and knowingly or unknowingly, you're sharing something that's false. You're claiming that it's correct. Tell me how I'm wrong and tell me how I'm lying. Because I've presented you with facts. You just reiterated that I was correct. And then now you're continuing to say that I'm wrong. This is not a difference of opinion. This is a difference of reality. And that is called delusion.
It's another piece of evidence that we need more kindness. And so I feel like if we just...
Bold of you to say the word evidence, since it seems like you're allergic to it and have an adversity to it. Like, girl, this is the phrase, what facts do I have to show you for you to believe me?
Stop trying to find the worst in others and just try to, like, I don't know, just share positivity.
Share positivity and kindness. Educating people in an entertaining way regarding red flags, manipulation, trying to help them not get scammed and their families not get scammed, and being a good a escape for them from, how life in our days and whatever it can be, crappy or good distraction from them, hyping them up and stuff like that. Not with toxic positivity, but I would say that that's a good thing that I'm doing. Not to like hype myself up too much. I'm a mess, don't get me wrong, but like showing like the real side of YouTube, of content creation, of my job, pulling back the curtain, not being fake about it. Yeah, I'd say that that's a good thing I've done. Hyping up smaller creators, showcasing them, attempting to give good creators who just need that spotlight on them and then they would thrive like I needed back in the day. I'd say that's a good thing I do. This isn't me defending myself. Don't worry. I really do think, again, that she is seeing herself as the perpetual victim because she's taking everything like 14 times more like vindictive and mean and like hateful and 40 times more personally than it is intended. And that has nothing to do with me, unfortunately.
I don't know. just share positivity and like kindness. And if you have nothing good to say, then like just like shut up. You know what I mean? It just hurts my feelings.
If facts hurt your feelings, that's a you issue. That's also cognitive dissonance. When being presented with these facts and being told that you're sharing misinformation, because you are, what you are saying is contradicting the facts that we just laid out or have been laying out, and your feelings are hurt and you're upset about it, look into what cognitive dissonance is, please. By giving a voice to the cognitive dissonance of living under patriarchy, you take the power away from it.
I have every ability to use public records. I don't even have to use my PI resources to find out so much crap on these people, and I could tear their worlds upside down. They don't even realize it. Like, people don't even realize it. But I won't. I would never. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference between them and me, is that I don't know. I won't hurt someone like that. Like, I won't go after their whole life just because they're a meanie. Oh, the you like. Is that what it's called? The hair removal thing? So many people have been emailing me asking me to sell the you like. She wants to steal your success. Well, to be honest, like, she has a pretty successful following. Like, she's not, like, you know, she's not short on followers, but like, can you imagine building a community of hate? Can you imagine that?
I can't relate to that because I don't do that.
Can you imagine building a community of you and other people who want to tear each other down? Can you imagine? Can you imagine a life? Imagine a life.
Listen, I agreed with the hate thing because it's okay to hate something. That's all right. Or to strongly dislike something, to disagree with something, to disdain something, object to something, to stand up against injustices. Girl, don't let me climb up on that soapbox because it is bedazzled.
Imagine? Can you imagine a life? Imagine a life where you build a community of you are the leader of people who want to tear other people down.
Why am I getting the sneaking suspicion that she's like, am I Hitler? Am I a dictator of a fascist authoritarian? Was not on my bingo card. I can't relate because we don't do that here.
Crazy. Like, and I get it. Like, sometimes we have a bad day and we're like, oh, this person pissed me off or whatever. Or, oh, I had this bad experience with this company. Girl, you got to move on. You got to move on. Like, you got to get up off your soapbox.
Don't tell me what to do with my soapbox. Girl, you've been ranting about me and crying and yelling and playing the victim for an hour and 10 minutes. For a video that you weren't even the main character in. And you have the audacity to tell me to move on?
I gotta get off mine sometimes. And there's been people that have had to gut check me, like, girl, you've talked enough about it, it's time to go. Like, you let it go. And that's where I'm at now. So what video program did you tell me? Oh, to edit, I use Splice. Yeah, exactly, Joy. Like, don't go look at this. Here it is. Don't go look at this. Oh, God. Who is it so I don't watch them? Yeah, it sucks. Y'all have inspired me to just, like, keep praying harder for them.
I would like to opt out. I would like to unsubscribe from your prayers.
That's so sad, right? Imagine, right? Imagine you have a following.
Girl, I thought you were done imagining. And I thought you were going to move on and get off your soapbox. Like, can she take her own advice, please? And listen to what she's saying?
1.5 million people, right? And it's built on love, kindness, connection, zero tolerance.
Delusion, exploiting your audience for money. What a wild ride. Anyways, so to be clear, I don't hate anyone that I've ever put in my videos. I don't hold grudges. Listen, I make a video about someone, I close the door to my office and leave, and I don't think about it, right? Hate's a very strong emotion, and that takes a lot of energy, and I don't have that much energy to spare, right? That's just how I am. I'm definitely not someone, as all my viewers know, I'm not someone who is overly like bubbly and like just super positive and like always a smile on my face and like always using emojis and like stuff like that. Like when I say something, I do understand that it can come off as rude and things like that, which it's not. I promise you. If you take it like that, I'm very, very sorry, but that's not how I mean things. I am just at times a very dry person. I do have a very sarcastic sense of humor, and that's how I am. If you don't like it, I'm not for you. And that's okay. It's completely fine, girlfriend. But overall, I mean, I am a very caring person, and every single person I put in my videos, I want the best for them. I don't want them to scam people. I don't want them to spread false information. And I think it's really interesting that even in the first video that I included her in, I grabbed my microphone real close and I was like, Mackenzie, stop talking about yourself like that. Like, you're beautiful. Stop being mean to yourself. And But yeah, I do think that Mackenzie and I, Freedom Barbie, and I do have very, very differing personalities. And that's very clear. That's very evident to me. And I do understand how she could, think that I'm mean or standoffish or something like that, because I'm not like that. We have very, very different personalities comes to how we want to be perceived, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to assume, or make assumptions on how I think she wants to be perceived. I don't know. Anyways, I don't hate anyone that I put in my videos. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened this weekend. So at CrimeCon, we had our little booth, and I said to Sherilyn, I was like, I think it'd be awesome if we did a Patreon live stream. So, and we were needing to do a bonus episode anyways. And I was like, we're in person. Let's just do a live stream. Our people love that. So we did that, and we did it for members only when we were setting up our booth. And then on Saturday, I was like, oh, you know what? Let's do another one from our booth for longer and make it to where it's open for everyone, right? It's open for, free for people too, who even aren't members of our Patreons. They think that will maybe entice people to join. So anyways, so we did that and we had everything set up. We were a little bit late, but we were having some technical difficulties. But in that, you were able to see, and we'll show, little clips right now. You were able to see how we were interacting with people. We were talking to some people who were 2 booths and down from us and across from us. They were awesome. Love them. I even picked up my phone and was say hi to our Patreon, and told, the Patreon to go follow them. And so that was really nice. And you could just see kind of how we were on, you got to turn it on at these types of conferences and conventions and things, right? For anyone who's oh, you're being so fake. No, girl, what do you want me to do? Just sit there and be thanks. No, you gotta, turn that on. And that's someone's one interaction that in person that they might ever have with you. So yeah, you're gonna turn it on, make them feel, welcomed and all that. So we're sitting there. We had just gotten done talking to a victim advocate. Another reason why I love these conferences, and I will be going to them from now on. This was my first one though. So we were talking to someone, being very engaging with them, and then talking to someone else. And these 2 girls walked by. And I had seen them previously already, taking a picture with them, said hi to them. And they were talking to the person at the booth next to us, who is the podcast DNA ID. Her name's Jessica. She's amazing. I love her so much. She basically adopted us. I will have her podcast link down below. It's all about catching the bad guys with familial DNA and stuff like that. It's amazing. But she's great. So these 2 girls were talking to her. And those 2 girls work with my husband. And so she was talking to them, and this other blonde girl was talking to them too. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess this person also, works with them. Someone had told me that there was 3 of them that, were there that work for the same employer as my husband. And I was like, awesome. Okay, that's super cool. So she came over, this beautiful blonde woman, and was talking to us. And I was like, she gave off the vibe that she knew us, when someone, you're like, oh my God, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? What? So I don't know why I kind of assumed, I was like, oh, she must be with them. And she looked so familiar. And I was like, okay, I assume she is one of the ones that works with my husband, right? She was just talking to them. Chelsea, you big dumb. That's not the case. So we were talking for, a minute, and then we were complimenting her, her Coach bags. It was really awesome. Her outfit was so cute. And so we were talking about that. And she was saying yeah, I was talking to my producer about you guys, and you're not afraid to say what's on your mind, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh no, of course not. No, I'm not. And she was saying, now I'm super excited to meet you. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too, girl. And I picked up my phone and I was like, oh my gosh, say hi to Patreon. And I was like, Patreon, say hi to Mackenzie. And she's like, oh, hello. And then she goes, oh, wait. She said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing because the whole entire weekend's a blur. I'm sorry. But she was like, are they the ones that don't like me or something like that? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, well, yeah, you hate me or something like that. And I was like, what? Excuse me? What's going on? And then from there, I was like, what is going on? We can go ahead and play that clip, because I was just like, what?
I was telling my producer about you guys, and I showed her this camera. I was telling her about her experience, and I was like, it's not really a great fine. I think I was oh yes. I was like, I guess I got so I'm really excited to find you. Yes, and you are even more beautiful in person. Yeah, I'm even more turned on right now. You're so cool. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Kenzie, do you want to say hi to our Patreon? Hi, Patreon. Wait, are they? No. What? Oh, I love you. That's not what you had said. What? That's not what you had said. When did I say I didn't? What is going on? My phone's about to die. We're gonna come back.
I did have my phone plugged in my power bank. For some reason, my power bank after like a minute had turned off. I don't know why. And so then my phone wasn't actually charging while it was plugged in. That was obnoxious. We're gonna have to get a whole different setup next year, which is fine when it comes to like live streaming. And then we also need to like have a sign that says like, we are live streaming. Please be aware of that. So there's that. But then something just told me like, okay, this is like kind of an awkward interaction. I want to be like respectful of it. And I don't think it's fair of me to have that on Patreon as well. And also my phone was dying. So I was like, okay, like I want to dive into this and figure out what the she's talking about. So I looked at my phone and I was like, we'll be back. My phone's dying, whatever. Like we got to stop this. Goodbye. We'll be back, which we did not come back. But it's okay. So again, I am the same person on camera that I am in person. And so let me tell you, then when I was like, okay, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? And she goes, Freedom Barbie. And I realized who it was. You dumb, it was not someone that works with your husband. So that was great. And my reaction was, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, how are you? I was like, I'm so sorry. You look so different. Which now looking back at her videos, I'm like, she doesn't look different, which she does, but not like so different that it's like unrecognizable. But again, guys, it was a year and a half ago. I don't remember people like that again. I make a video, talk about it, I move on. Like I hardly even remember the situation. That's why I thought it was important for me to go through all of it and like remind myself. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but whatever. And I was saying like, oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. And I was like, wait, yeah, you do have like your podcast, whatever, but that's awesome. And I was like, girl, I don't hate you. I don't know you. Like, that's not personal. I don't agree with, MLMs and the things you were saying. And I, again, still don't agree with anything she was saying. But I said that. I was like, I stand by what I said, but like, I don't hate you. No, not at all. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful, blah, blah, blah. So nice to finally meet you. And I was like, well, get over here. Like, dummy, let's take a picture. And so we did. We took pictures and she was super sweet and we, kept talking about it. And we had an amazing conversation. I loved it. And I said, I was like, oh my gosh, we should totally like post this picture. And that like is so funny. And I want to be like, hey, remember that time I made that video about Freedom Barbie and the TikTok PI? Well, here she is. But she did have the balls to come up to me and I could tell she was like a little bit like hesitant. But again, I don't know if it's just like the vibe with TikTok. I'm not sure like if that's what I guess that is what people be doing over there. Look at Ash Trevino, right? She'd be getting punched in the face. But it's just so interesting because it's like, no, what do you think I'm going to do? Punch you? You think I'm going to tell you to go f yourself? No. And so, we hugged, took a picture, whatever. And I was telling her like, oh my God, you look amazing. Like, this is crazy. I literally didn't even recognize you. Again, I kind of like, I don't want to sound mean. Like I kind of forgot she existed, just like I do with half the people I make videos about. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like, I got so much going on. Plus had a baby 6 months prior to that video. Like, girl, I had an infant still. Like, I don't remember from back then. 6 months postpartum, a year postpartum, I know nothing. So we talked about it. And then she even said, she's like, I think this is like such a great example because she had posted on her Instagram story, and we can play that in a second, that she was like, oh my gosh, she just found out that like CCSUAREZ is going to be there. Well, she didn't say my name, but she was like, someone who tore me down, which I don't agree with how she phrased that, but it's okay. That was prior to our interaction, so I don't care. But she said, she did like a little poll. It was funny. She was like, oh, should I confront her or whatever? Or just like, she doesn't deserve my energy, blah, blah.
I would also like to add that one of my haters on YouTube, one of the girls who kind of tried to tear me down on YouTube, she wasn't there yesterday, but I found her booth and they were like, oh, we'll be back tomorrow. And I don't know. I don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. So I kind of don't want to say nothing, but also another part of me wants to, just kind of go introduce myself. And I don't know. I would like to be like, oh, hey, you made a YouTube video about me and tried to tear me down. So I really don't know what to do about that. Like the petty bitch in me wants to be like, hey girl, how you doing? Like, and just kind of confront her face to face. Cause people are really, it's easier to say stuff, when you're not in front of somebody. I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like in my heart, I want to be like, don't put energy into people that have, you know what I mean? Like, put your energy into positive things. Like, I don't know. God, I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you confront her and be like, hey girl, nice to meet you in person, and like be like a meanie, even though she was mean to you first and she started it? You know what you did, girl. Or would you just kind of let it go? I feel like, I don't know, as I'm saying this, I feel like I need to set the example of just like letting it go and being kind. That don't mean I can't, go up and meet her and just be like, hey, nice to meet you. Talk to her about her work or whatever.
I'm really impressed that she, again, had the balls to come up to me. Not that I'm like intimidating or scary. I'm clearly not. But I love that so much. And so she even said, she's like, I feel like this is a great example to other people too. And I said, I was like, yes, it is. And I even messaged her and I was like, just so you know, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to have it have like a clickbait title. I really wish I had like the skill to take our picture and make it look like she was like strangling me or something. That would be really funny. I don't think I have the skill to do that. We'll see. Y'all know my Canva Photoshop, it's getting better. It is getting better. I still have people accusing me of doing AI for my thumbnails sometimes when I do like ridiculous Canva Photoshop, but so like I said in the booth, I do think I agree with her. I think it, is a great example of like, hey, I can disagree with you and I'm not holding a grudge, but I even told her like, if someone's doing like commentary and I'm not a journalist, but journalism or writing something about you, making a video about you, something like that, and they disagree with you or they're pointing out like inconsistencies or lies or things like that about you, then they see you in person and you say hi to them at like a professional function, like a networking function or a conference or something like that, and you just say hi to them, like that's okay. Like honestly, I think that's how it should be, right? I think you should still be able to remain professional and be like, hey, you made this video about me. Oh well, right? I mean, shit, you should have seen me and Kimberleia, insert cute pictures of us here with her husband making goofy ass faces in the background. But even me and her, like we were talking about it and we were dying laughing at dinner because we have the same manager and we were all at dinner together, me, Sherilyn, her and our moms and her husband and her sweet little baby. But we're all at dinner together and she was like, do you remember when we were feuding and you did a live stream like calling me out? And I was in the live stream being like, I'm here. And we were dying laughing about it. And I was like, yeah, girl, you spooked me a little bit. Like I was not expecting you to do that, but that was hilarious. So anyways, I don't hold grudges. I think it's funny. But with that, I do think it's important to say as well, like, because we were talking about like the audience reaction too, because she's like, oh, well, your people hate me, whatever. And so then the next time she walked by our booth, I made sure to say like, hey, I posted that picture and I have so many DMs of people saying like, that's iconic. That's hilarious. Like I respect the shit out of that. Like that's so funny. And I love that so much. And so she's like, oh my gosh, like really, like it was a positive interaction. And I'm like, yeah, of course it was. And she's like, oh, thank God. So I think there is this misconception with calling people out and your audience and stuff. But I mean, in my videos, especially those, those few videos I made about her too, and the first one as well, I said multiple times in the beginning of the first video I included that this is not like about her specifically. We're just using her as an example because if there's one person saying this out there's 1,000 of them saying this because they all just, repeat each other. So I also put in there, like, don't send hate to her. We're not tearing her down. We're pointing out inconsistencies. I want this person to do well. So it's possible, not to be redundant, because I know I probably, in like the flashbacks, I know I probably said it a billion times in this video, but it's possible to call someone out for their inconsistencies, but then also possible lies and things like that and hold them accountable. And also just like have an opinion and maybe not be glowing positive or, use toxic positivity, but still want the best for them. And just because you're being professional and something like that, like that's not being fake, not at all. Like that, again, the same way I am on camera, I am the same way in person. Anyone who has met me can tell you that. Absolutely. Although some people this weekend did say that I was prettier in person. And I agree. However, I am just as unhinged in person. I say the same shit. I'm the same person. Some people think I might be taller. I'm not. I'm 5'3". Either way, go listen to McKinsey's podcast. I'll have that link down below. Yeah, I mean, I just thought that was really interesting and the professional insight of that. And then also like the parasocialness of it too. I think that's really interesting as well. And I think that the like parasocial aspect of it and things being like misconstrued and like the comments going a certain way and maybe changing someone's, viewpoint or like kind of feeding into that can make situations seem so much bigger than they are and also like misconstrue and like have you lose the plot basically. So I think that was a very interesting nuance or aspect to this as well. But yeah, like I said in my picture on Instagram, I thought that was hilarious. Literally had no idea who she was at first. Well, I thought she was someone else, but I did love her person. She looked fierce. It was so cute. Had a great time. I'm the same on the internet as I am in person. I was not my pants. I was not scared. I was real confused. And when you're at a booth or, something like that, when you're a creator, you are going to be on, and not to be like, I'm not the same person I am, but like, you're trying to be positive. You're trying to, stuff like that, right? Trying to make it like memorable for the person who's meeting you. Anyways, I wanted to share that. I thought that was a hilarious interaction and all that. Like I said, I will have Mackenzie's podcast with her co-host, I forgot her name, linked below. And yeah. So if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. If you're one of the 7 people talking about me on Reddit, I hope you get a UTI and hemorrhoids. So that's on you, not me. It looks like a you problem, not a me problem. You're weird. Get a life or a hobby. Have you tried Book Nooks? That's so much fun. That's one, right? Yeah, that's one. Those are so much fun. You should get into that instead of being parasocially obsessed with me. But have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. You are spicy, stay feral, stay delusional, assertive, all those things. And I don't know. I was going to say something else. Listen, my brain's not working. Okay, goodbye. I'll see you in my next video. Breaking news. She blocked me. Again. Well, I still stand by everything that I said in this video. I think that, at least on my side, it can be a great example to content creators and like interesting for y'all to see from this side as well, that like, yeah, it did take balls for her to come up to me. I feel weird saying balls, not because of the word, but like, seems like the patriarchy. Anyways, so I don't know now. I mean, I even talked to my mom about it. I was like, it's so weird because in her Instagram story, like that morning when she was getting ready before she met me, she even said, like, oh, what should I do? Like, should I give her my energy? Whatever. Like, she even said, like, some people hide behind a screen and act different in person. But realistically, like, I didn't know who she was. I acted the same. And then even after I realized who she was, I was like, oh, like, I've put you in my videos. Didn't really remember what she said about me that like prompted. I just assumed that it would have been like spreading misinformation about multiple marketing companies. And, I kind of remembered her like coming at me, which after rewatching everything yesterday, I was like, oh God, she like really threatened me. But either way, water under the bridge. I don't care. It's fine. However, I just think that's so interesting of like, so like you alluded to like, maybe I would be, fake or scared or all that. But then when you came up to me and I didn't realize who you were, but then I still had the same energy. And I was like, no, I don't hate you. Like, I don't know you personally, whatever, blah, blah. We already went over what I said to her and what she said to me. But then I thought we were fine. And then you blocked me. So yesterday morning, I did send her, I think I already said this in the video, but I did send her a voice note. It's kind of long and rambly. So maybe that spooked her. I don't know. But I said in it, like, I hope you got home okay. I don't want to play it because I say some things in it that I'm like really rambling doing a voice note while I'm driving. Oh my God, it was so long. I'm obnoxious. And I like say where she lives. I say where I live. And I even say it and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go inside and poop. Anyways, I say that all the time. So yikes. So anyways, even in this voice note, I said, good morning. I hope you traveled back home. Wouldn't be surprised if you were on my flight. Anyways, wanted to say it was nice meeting you and that what you actually said inspired me because girl, I'm such a freaking rambler. I literally stop it because what you said, oh my God, this entire week, such a whirlwind. We got to get you a booth next year and your podcast partner. Y'all need a booth. Come on, girl. I'll send you the information for the people you need to talk to. What the hell was I just saying? Oh my God. Chelsea, what is wrong with you? Okay. Oh my God. I'm trying to hurry up and drive home so I can go poop. Stop it. No wonder she blocked you, girl. Anyway, but I just thought of this because I was like, oh, I need to voice note Mackenzie. Okay, I'm out of control. Clearly my medication just hit. I am so embarrassing. Anyway, so I basically said the same thing of, okay, how you were saying, sets a good example. Even if you do disagree, which clearly we know I did disagree with you in those videos, and it does set a good precedent. For example, like I said, even if we disagree, we don't have to be dicks to each other, and just shedding a light on the industry side of things. I think that's super important, and also the parasocial aspect of this too. And then I even mentioned like the whole Kimberlea part of CrimeCon too, how, Kimberlea and I did have beef back in the day, but like we were talking about it at dinner, Kimberlea and I, and how we were just like laughing so hard about it, and it was so funny. And so included that in there, and I was like, I'm so happy that I did get to reconnect with her and, doing CrimeCon in Vegas together in London. And I really hope that you come, but there's no holding grudges because, who cares? We both want each other to do really well and, get over it. I was talking about the talking about followers, like parasocialness, like get over it. Why are you mad? You know, a random follower on Reddit, they don't know you. It doesn't affect them. Calm down. So anyways, I was like, you know what? I really like what Mackenzie said and I'm going to make a video about it. So basically just me saying, you know, exactly what happened, showing from the live stream and me realizing it was you and then ending the live stream abruptly, which is arguably hilarious and not even arguably, point blank, it's hilarious. Such like so funny, but I was so confused in the moment. Either way. But yeah, so I basically just said, like, if you see like a clickbait title of like, I was confronted at CrimeCon, like, don't get spooked. It's a positive video. It's okay. And it says that she saw it. And then last night I looked at like 8 p.m. and saw that she, like it said user unavailable. And I was like, cool. And that means the person blocked you. And then now when I go to a profile, it says this profile is not available and other people can see her Instagram profile and positive she didn't delete it. And I messaged her again and obviously it doesn't say delivered because it won't because she has me blocked. And I said, well, Pooh, what happened? So I knew that she was going to see a message from the Elizabeth Instagram account if I messaged her from that one, because when she was at my booth, I was like, well, let me tag you in this picture. I was like, but you have me blocked on Instagram, I think. And I was like, also, don't worry. It's okay. If I was you, I would have blocked me too. I always say that in my videos all the time. I get it. If I was you, I'd block me too. So I had looked and I was like, okay, I was like, here's my Instagram, type in your name and we'll see if it pops up. But I didn't realize that I was logged into the Elizabeth podcast Instagram and I hadn't switched back over to my CCSUAREZ Instagram. So I was still blocked on CCSUAREZ, but not on the Elizabeth one. So I had followed it from that and messaged her and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had typed in the wrong one, literally exactly what I said. Hey girl, sorry, I was accidentally logged into my podcast Instagram account, which I'm always logged into all of them, but you know, you switch between them. When we were checking if you had blocked me, LOL, you do have me blocked on my personal account, CCSUAREZ. She hearted it. Then she did message me back previously and said fixed. And then I messaged her from there yesterday and she still had me, like, she didn't block this account. And I messaged her last night at 8:05 and said, Mackenzie, did you block me again? I thought we had a great convo. And I said, I'm sorry if my voice note this morning was unhinged with a laughing emoji. And I said, I was really inspired by what you'd said about us being a great example for people like on the industry side. I'm not trying to be like, we're such a great example, toss, you know? Anyways, I just thought it was a cool experience. And I said, sometimes I'm a bit much. Well, either way, no worries. I wish you the best with a heart. And that's true. I do still wish her the best. I just thought it was really interesting and I don't know, kind of like weird, I guess. I mean, I just thought it was, I'll be honest, I was a little bit disappointed because it was like, all right, so you're going to come on your Instagram story, act kind of tough and be like, oh, should I go see her? And then when I'm welcoming to you and when I'm like, no, I don't hate you. And I have the same energy that I do like in my videos and I didn't back down and I did post it and I did tag you. And someone mentioned as well, they were like, I don't like that she didn't repost your picture. Cause I was like, yeah, you should repost it. So I don't know, maybe like my reaction like didn't fit her narrative or what she was expecting, or I don't know. I was excited though. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to come on your podcast and we'd love to like use you as like a expert witness source, whatever, when it comes to like PI stuff or, you know, maybe get your opinion on something and, you know, use it on ours and, you know, we can cross promote. That'd be super cool. We don't need to do that. And she doesn't need us. We don't need her professionally either, but it's like, that's cool. Let's do that. Let's support each other. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just thought that was interesting and weird. I thought that was very weird. And I don't know. It's just disappointing. Yeah, I think not to get like, you know, emotional, but I think it's disappointing because like I had a couple people be like, who I was like sitting like at the bar with, or like, you know, they've listened to me for a long time, or they've done research for, you know, Sherilyn or me and, you know, a moderator we have, or whoever. It was like our first time meeting anyone across the spectrum, literally spectrum, because some of us are autistic, but literally almost every single person was like, I don't know why people like why you have like mean girl accusations or like that stigma, because like you are not, you're so nice. And I was like, yeah, I know. I mean, hey, maybe it's like how people think that the queen, Nancy Grace, is a when she's not. She's awesome. She's so sweet. But, you know, you see these clips or, you know, in her show and she is such a bulldog. And that intention and that energy, though, isn't geared towards you, the viewer. It's geared towards the perpetrator. It's geared towards the person who the video is about, right? Or who the content or episode or podcast, whatever is about. So I don't know. I actually talked with Nancy Grace about that this weekend. She was so sweet. She came over to our table when we were eating and talked to us. And Sherilyn Dale, my partner in podcasting. Love her so much. We were able to, tell her like how much she inspires us, and she's so funny. She thrives. She's definitely the queen of CrimeCon. She's amazing. I love her so much. And she's just so sweet. So I definitely think that could be the case as well, is that's why I was like, well, I don't know. It's just, I'm like going back and forth now. I'm like, am I like annoyed about it, or like kind of disappointed is the primary emotion, but like, am I disappointed about it because like I did think it was a genuine interaction and like I was happy with how it went, and I was like not proud of myself because like that's just me being me. I don't know. It was just weird. Leave in the comments below. Help me through my feelings. What do you think? I saw some people were like, oh my gosh, I bet she was, her pants, and it's like, no, I was just confused. Like, you can tell in that live stream, like I'm genuinely confused. I was like, what are you talking about? It just kind of like took me out of it, and I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm so confused. What is happening? But yeah, I mean, I still will stand by everything I said, and I rewatching those videos yesterday, 100%. I still stand by everything I said. I wish the best for her, and her and her family. I wish the best for them, and for her and her career and professionally. I mean, I guess if she ever does watch this, I guess just like, I don't know, maybe you could take a page out of my book and stand by what you say. You said you thought that it was a great example in us meeting, and you were so excited and happy, and then you block me again. So that's cool. Well, anyways, yeah, like I said, wish the best for her and her podcast and TikTok and all that. I'll have it linked down below. Don't go, send hate or anything like that. I know a lot of y'all actually do like her podcast, and I do too. I've listened to it as well a few times, and I'm gonna listen to it today. Okay, so yeah, go be nice, go support, whatever. I have no issue with her. I was disappointed I was really happy and proud of that interaction, and then very disappointed in the ultimate outcome, or like the aftermath, so to speak. So either way though, your butt looks good. I hope you stand on business, and hope you have a great rest of your day and set a good example for others around you and for yourself, and that you're proud of yourself, and that it's clocking to you that we're standing on business. Also, you can get these hats at ChelseaSuarez.com. So go get a feral hat. These are embroidered. And on the back, it says, Damn the Man and HFTC Media, which is mine and Sherilyn Dale's media company, where we produce limited series podcasts, and who knows, maybe some other upcoming projects as well. Your butt looks good only if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, per usual, you're dead to me. Okay, goodbye.